obviously really wants to look for the advantages. Still a Dreadnought armor though for Iran, so he's gonna be able to tank more damage, especially up against a Paquito that is so oppressive in lane and can move around, very mobile as well. And you kind of have to mirror that, but Sora doesn't really do that well in trying to mirror the Paquito, especially when you know that you have to save the utilities, you have to save the resources for the team fights. And that's where the Sora kind of struggles.
Yeah, definitely gotta be more aware of that. Now, notice that the gold here is practically even, only 200, almost 3. That is on Kenzie. Quad has more gold over than Kyouu. Let's see the second neutral objective take TLID with the setup. That's gonna be Marcel spotted out. Shield Unity now popped alongside the real world manipulation. Perhaps a little too premature. Marcel jumps in. Kevin below 50% HP now. Leone with the glorious pathway to find the sun. Nazara though still on the turtle. That's gonna be out by Beloy. That's gonna be a flicker from Iran. Beloy finds a flicker to get away, but the turtle now is still in contention. Kevin looking to find it clear. Marcel looking to find it. What? That's gonna be a turtle. Marcel, man. That's gonna be Marcel surviving as well. TLID backing away.
How did he not die there? Marcel still alive, and that's what the Paquito does with the shielding as well. The second skill is very, very cheeky. Beloyski.
Yeah, no flicker this time. Kyouu finds a kill. Looking for more, but Geek fam still able to keep their distance.
My oh my, there's a lot of boxes that you have to tick when you're playing up against Geek fam in this type of draft, in this type of scenario. The first one obviously are the tanky boys, right? The glue, the box, and then you have item number 2, the box, RWF. The Suyo can't just breeze past it. If you really want to go in, you have to go all in. You have to go and make sure you kill the Yve. And by then, you won't even know if you're gonna get traded or not, right? And then number 3, obviously, you have the Claw. That's gonna scale to the late game. So it gets tricky. Because in this type of scenario, the only ones that can dive is Iran and Queen. But you want to keep Kevin at bay. You don't really want to risk the Suyo to go in just to get bursted by some magic damage. Because now you have 2. You have the glue, you have the Yve as well. Obviously, the glue much more manageable, but the Yve, man, very disgusting to play against, especially with the box. So good on winning out neutral zones that you want to control, especially in the objective fights.
Definitely got to be more. The timing should be at least precise as well, right? The positioning as well. Now it's a gold lean matchup in the top this time around. Kyouu pops the region, so that's a slight win trade for Kenzie. Again, Geek family want this structure. Here comes the dive. Here comes the rotation from 4 members. And Kyouu says, you know what? I'm gonna let this turret go.
Yeah, he's gonna have to let it go as well. When he has a solid tag to his name, Feather Heaven queued up next. Beloyski, or rather KennzyySkie, sorry. After DHS, Marcel. Not really gonna excel. But at least the brighter side for TLID is that they have someone that can really match the Paquito. Not in a sense that it can go in a 1v1, but it can kind of match the tempo that Marcel has. Hold on a minute.
That's a 2v1. The turtle, they want this kill. Marcel in a 2v1 situation.
Marcel.
Let's stun. The damage finally coming through again for TL. Now real world formation locking in place. 2-man mobilization, but unfortunately not enough damage. Take a look at Kenzie eyeing for that structure top already at 50% HP. Here comes Kyouu with the Shaman Force, looking to provide damage with Kenzie!
Clean with those 2 kills. Earlier on, it was 3-0 for TLID, but Geek fam still in full control of the game. Now it goes even deeper to Geek fam's territory. We talked about the Paquito again, being such a menace in the side lane. The Suyo will answer that. But then what happens on the other side of the map? Because as of now, TLID still lacking damage. The panel also mentioned that they don't really have Shred to go through Geek fam. Item check now by Dunia Games. Well, obviously, still again going for the War Axe. Survivability is key for Kevin. But you see Leone completing the rated armor. And now it gets tricky because Kevin might be collapsed upon.
Now the sun, that's a real world equation locking him in place. Marcel finds a kill under his own turret. That's gonna be Geek fam now repositioning. TLID cannot do anything, that's a mount. But it seems like Beloy cannot be able to find the distance. He will fall here, being the only casualty from Geek fam now. Kenzie, also pleasing to him, and alongside Marcel finds a Leone, but Leone is still able to escape with the glorious pathway. But again, another structure falls Down bot.
That's a very good collapse onto Kevin. They get the kill down as well. The Paquito, behind the scenes, just doing his own thing, scaling to the late game as well. Very, very good. A boy, though, with the E. Very disciplined, too. As his little combo that they did, the shield really crashed that little CC. You open up the box, you get an extra root, so you keep the Suyo in check, in place, and then you can pop in the Void Blast to just shred him down and burst him down, and he's gone. So it's gonna be scary. Marcel, 1v1, let's go!
Oh, cannot underestimate the damage from Herod. Pops the flicker on the other side of the map. That's gonna be Boys. He takes him very low. That's gonna be Mount. Marcel getting solo kill top. That's gonna be Leone now getting engaged on. That's gonna be Beloit going down. That's the Lord for Geek Fam though.
Playing it slow, super slow. The TLID want to be disciplined on their approach. With this type of blazing duet.
Oh, by Kenzie. That's going to be the damage coming through. TLID still able to hold on to it. They have a Lord to play around with top lane.
I actually push back TLID, that blazing duet. Possibly clear the minions too. But now with the Lord spawning, at least TLID quietly stem the bleeding, if you want to say that, because they're able to get, you know, a few kills on the board. One for Kevin as well. I believe he's on 20-something stacks, minus the one he lost, obviously, so probably 14. And yeah, the Suyo still is, you know, alive. But then what do you make out of it? What do you look for, right? Do you want to go for a pick-up? You can't. Do you want to collapse? There's a lot of checkboxes, like I mentioned, to go through Geek Fam's line. And that's going to be very hard. This Glaxis is just rolling around, and nobody can really kill him. No. Nobody can really take him down. That shred is what is lacking from TLID. So then you ask the question, is it going to be the drafts again? Or is it a matter of execution? Because so far, Geek Fam are the ones drafting properly, executing impeccable games. Even the purple buff stolen in the hands of Kevin.
At this space, Geek Fam, they're suffocating TLID as well, right? They are limiting their movements, they're limiting their formation, and getting in their top and bot, that's going to be very important in just invading and invasion. That's going to be Leone getting engaged on the horse, still holding on with the Revitalize. That's going to be the immobilization as well. Leone going down. Kenzie finds a blazing duet, almost shredding the members of TL, and they hold on. Geek Fam now repositioning towards the back. TLID, no resources to re-engage. That's going to be a knock-up. Kevin looking to find a consolation kill, but again, Geek Fam still stands with 5.
God damn, a boy, the poise and the composure. He did not burn his flicker in that fight. He knew that he was gonna be caught, right? With the lift off from the Lantern Flare, and then you see Kevin just looming in the darkness, looking to add another collection of stack into his Sky Piercer. A boy plays it calmly, and he knows that the damage is enough to poke away TLID from committing fully onto him. Still the Lord, 30 seconds to go. They can have some time to clear up the lanes and the waves as well. Root Force purchase. Wow, that's gonna be by Drichel. So the Juicin knows that he needs that CDR. He needs to be able, you know, to play safe and possibly add a bit of tankiness for the Juicin, because the Juicin cannot die quickly. Yeah. And on top of that, you have the Crimson Beacon to help you even survive longer. So let's see if that causes an impact. Sea Halberd for Paquito, for Marcel. With the Queen's Wings equipped as well, this Paquito will be hard to kill.
Kyo has Holy Crystal as well, so, you know, Geek Fam, they cannot underestimate Kyo anymore. The boss fight has been hit. Geek Fam, they're playing the Lord dance very carefully, with Marcel already rotating towards the top border. That's going to be a real world, whatever we can pop. Beloitsky looking to find the immobilization, doesn't quite connect just yet. Arando, very low, has to recall. That's going to be a sign for Geek Fam to start a war. Let's see, Marcel looking to cause a distraction. Kevin finds the angle to provide the damage. Marcel, take a look at the Lord, though, still able to be taken care of, as they will sacrifice Marcel for the Lord.
The MVP in that altercation was Marcel. Look at how he soaks in 3-4 members of TLID like a brand new sponge. He's able to pull them into him like a magnet. And this is what the Paquito does best. If you can't really get kills, if you can't really get assassinations, you at least get the whole team chasing you down.
Yep.
So mobile, survivability is there. You can also just buy some time, and that Lord is just, you know, confirmed by Geek Fam, even without contest, because they were chasing something else over there. 17 stacks for Kevin. which isn't really the best 13 minutes. But then you kind of consider the circumstances that TLID are in. Geek fam were just running them down.
Yeah.
And now it makes sense. The Sky Piercer, obviously, maybe would have been the better route. RWM.
Crimson Beacon popped. Beloyski taking very low though. That's him out. Onto a Driscoll on his own turret. That's gonna be the risk-taking Beloyski not to be able to pay it off this time. That's gonna be Geek Fam losing one member. Still has the Lord to play around with. TLID, they will restabilize after the death of Beloy.
Yeah, it's gonna push in at least the Lord up top. Gonna clear the wave though, Lord's pathway, and TLID will clear the Lord without a casualty in terms of that structure department. No turrets lost just yet, only that last outer turret in that mid lane. So now, TLID, the question is, can they keep Kyouu at bay? Can they keep him safe to make sure he deals the damage? Because now it is very evident TLID are lacking damage. Sure, when they can go for the key targets, like possibly a boy or KennzyySkie, they can. But KennzyySkie is so mobile with the PMI, very safe. A boy plays from afar, he's an artillery mage of some sort. Marcel is just gonna make you play ring around the rosy. He's gonna make you chase for him until the next thing you know is that the Lord is secured by Geek Fam. And even a rose gold purchase by KennzyySkie ensures extra safety net. The item built by Dino Games does pan, while Kyouu is yet to hit his last item. KennzyySkie, fully loaded.
I mean, it looks like that Geek Fam, they're really controlling the map, but I gotta say, you know, TLID, if they find one good fight, it will technically, gold-wise, neutralize, but they do have a lot of turrets still standing here for the side of Geek Fam. The thing is, Geek Fam, like Taylor Swift, they're not out of the woods just yet.
Well, you know Swifty, Yanni.
I like that song.
That's true, that's true. Well, just like a Taylor Swift song, Geek Fam are mean. Because they are super violent when it comes to TLID. And now, RWM.
They're gonna pull the trigger right here on towards the Horsey. Leone, Horsey spotlight towards the back now. The damage is still able to soaked in by Leone. Around on the other side, mounted. Still able to keep the distance though. That's gonna be Shadow Force under the right placement, but the right repositioning by Geek Fam. All 10 members still alive.
Well, Marcel is doing down bottom, is splitting. Oh, Bailey's into it!
Oh, my Kenzie! Oh! Kenzie finds the angle to shut and shred 2 members of TLID down.
Like a ghost hunting down his victims. He pops out of the darkness, unnoticed, unseen, but he goes in with a blazing duet. And TLID shattered to pieces. Geek Fam add another collection of Lord onto their pockets. This is just going downhill for TLID. Geek Fam, they have their sights on this base. RWM.
Oh, on the mid turret as well. That's no, a little overextension there by Marcel will be capitalized by TLID now. They gotta calm their adrenaline down here, Geek Fam. They do get a turret top, an expensive one, ladies and gentlemen. And 17 minutes in, only one base turret left standing for TLID.
But I'll take that trade any day, ever. Marcel dies, sure. You give Sky Piercer stack, sure. But you got 2 inhibitors, and the Lord is pushing as well. So the Lord will directly be in contact with the Crystal. The question is, can TLID defend? Geek Fam, I don't think they want to go for the end just yet. No commitments because Marcel is taken down. So at least that's going to be the price they would pay to be able to get the inhibitors. And now let's ask another question into the equation, right? The side lanes. Usually in times like this, you would expect the side lanes to be activated. Well, number 1 is the fact that the inhibitors are down. Super minions are always going to come crashing in for Geek Fam. Number 2 is that who do you really want to send to the side lane? Right? Is it going to be the Suyo? Well, there's going to be a Paquito. You can get a match of tempo, like I said, but you can't really out-damage the Paquito unless you're like, what, 80 stacks and you go crazy, you have full items. And yeah, let's take a look at this. The player timeline, KennzyySkie. That was a Windtalker purchase, I believe. Yeah, it's still in his pocket. I think he was going to go for the end over in that last push, but yeah, I think he's going to change it back into something else. Possibly a winner crown would be very nice. You know, just go in, blazing duet his way into the fight, and just buy some time. And then you see the entire team just collapsing onto TLID. So now TLID are just going to turtle down in their base, right? They can't really do anything. Not even walk to their jungle safely. Because the looming threat is going to always be present for Geek fans. TLID.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the next Lord will be an involved one as well. Realize, right, like you earlier stated, heavily favoring Geek fam if they're able to stay composed. Still able to play textbook MLBB. Surely they will. With the far lane already pushing forward side of Geek fam now. TLID, how will they go about this, right? They need to find solutions.
I want to talk about how clean Geek fam are playing this game as well, right? Very disciplined. We did see that the Lord was going to come crashing in. You know, Marcel, they call it off. They go back. They play the long game. Well, TLID scale? Okay, sure. But we can keep on fighting you. We can take that fight all day. And our boy has the Holy Crystal, so that's going to add even more insult to injury. And Azara, I feel like he's always in front, but he's untouched. Because nobody can really damage him. Nobody can take him down. The Garden Helmet, rather, also helps you out. Because you know it's going to be a long-drawn fight. You don't need to go and recall to have your HP replenished. And a winner crown purchase, too.
Wow.
That is very, very bold and very good as well. He's going to buy some time for Geek fam, waiting for others to collapse.
Let's take a look at the damage there in them. Oh my goodness, the only team very low. That's going to be a pullback. The boys secure a kill. 5v4 now. TLID, they understand if they lose this fight and this Lord, Geek fam might double their lead in the series now. With 4 members left standing, what can they do? Seems like the call is, we can't take this fight.
Yeah, TLID can't even grace the rivers of the Lord. They can't even jump in and waltz past it. You expect the CEO to attempt a steal. No, the Mosquito's there holding you down, not letting you escape. And the darkness just comes, looming in again. TLID Geek fam. Woo! Evolved Lord in that mid lane. They're gonna try and build this tri-lane push. He's gonna push slowly as well and conducted pretty well too. He's gonna crash at the same time. Down bottom, still intact. Can they hold in?
Oh, taking very low. This might be the Lord that take them to match point, securing the upper bracket finals later on. Let's see Geek fam looking to find the Shredder on this immortality fatality. Oh! Take a look at the blazing glare by Kenzie and Raw taken down. TLID still hold on somehow, but here comes the glass. Geek fam looking to find the damage over Kevin's running and striking the back. Kenzie providing the damage. Take a look at Kevin. He goes down, and that's going to be Geek fam be positioning as TLID. They cleared the Lord.
Pass Klaus for Kenzie. He wants to sustain and has his HP again.
Here comes the wave, ladies and gentlemen. We are at match point for Geek fam.
Holy! Geek fam